So how did you find the process of adapting to writing fiction from your music journalism and criticism and work on video games?
I feel like those are each completely different experiences, like utterly different experiences. The more time I spent writing fiction, the more I realized that nonfiction is so structurally different on like a very intimate writing kind of level. So it was very much a kind of like going back to the drawing board and thinking very seriously about like what do I like to read, what are the qualities of my favorite books, what do they share, what is it about those reading experiences that feel good, and how can I translate that into what I want to do.
Wow, you got an agent on Twitter. That is a different kind of
Yeah,
story.
I got an
It's
agent on
pretty
Twitter.
cool.
Like, who does that have to do? Whenever anybody asks me like, oh, hey, I'm thinking of like querying, how, like, will you look at my query letter? I'm like, I'm the least useful person in the entire world to ask this question. Like, I've never done that. I don't know. Yeah, we like really hit it off, and he liked what I was doing with my nonfiction at that point. And we initially thought like, oh well, there's got to be like a book of like a book length nonfiction project we can work on somehow. But yeah, I'm it's one of those like, how do you do this? I'm like, literally, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful. It's my I've never kind of become dull to that, like, oh, this is just like, I'm just going through my orientation, this is what we're doing. It's like, actually, like, this is strange. I just want to like, I've that weirdness has sort of never worn off for me. And so I wanted to kind of like put some of that into the book, in that like, most people are not rattled by the super strange orientations that they have to go through, because they wouldn't be, because we're not, right? For the most part. Also, resistance to interrogation training is something that is very real, and something that a lot of people go through in a lot of jobs that you would not necessarily expect that you would, but a lot of jobs that have, say, any kind of secret clearance, or you're handling sensitive information in any way, will offer courses like this. And it's available to a wide range of people, wider than you might expect. And again, like, when you think about it, it's like medium horrible, at least. 3 days, like, that's me. Like, the second that sort of was my situation. Like, I'm and like my friends and my colleagues, and the communities in which I move are incredibly, like, racially and ethnically diverse, and are have people from a range of like genders and presentations and sexualities. And it was important that this book look like my community. Like, this book looks like the people I am surrounded by. But I also didn't want any of those identities to be the primary source of conflict in the book, because I think it's really important that we have stories that are not like, and here is why it's super hard to be queer. We have so many of them. They're really great. They're really important. That's not what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to present a world in which, not in which those conflicts didn't exist, but the narrative that I was telling was not about those conflicts. It was about other kinds of conflicts that